Stephanie and Keisha, hey, congratulations on the 20th anniversary of RealWorks.
Thank you. And thanks for
So,
having me.
hey, not a problem. Not a problem. Hey, so tell us first, give us a little bit of background on this organization of RealWorks and why is it so important to us?
Well, RealWorks has been around 20 years. We are actually celebrating our 20th year anniversary, which is pretty remarkable. We've been through tremendous change over the 20 years, you can imagine, between the changing populations of students who have come through here to the size of our offices. I mean, we went from a little postage stamp place on the top of the YMCA in Brooklyn to a larger space, to doubling our space in the last 6 months to be able to serve more students as they come through our doors.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, we're a nonprofit that teaches different genres of filmmaking to students between the ages of 14 to 21. So anything from documentary to narrative films. We also have a fellows program which allows young people to really investigate certain tracks. I want to be a cinematographer. I want to be a director, a screenwriter, a producer, an editor. We have them work within that realm to create films with a team. So it's sort of very much almost like a film school for college kids once they get to that final class.
Where does the organization find these kids? Do you reach out to like local high schools or junior highs and colleges?
I'll let Keisha take this one.
Yeah, so RealWorks recruits within public high schools here in New York City. We also have a great relationship with CUNY, the City University of New York. And we have a workforce program that's connected to CUNY and through the Mayor's Office of Media and Entertainment. And so we also recruit through those channels as well. Really focused on finding individuals from underrepresented communities who are eager to pursue careers in media and entertainment.
And what about the filmmakers who are mentoring these children? How did you reach out to them?
They come to find us. You know, the thing is, in the early days, we were reaching out to communities and asking people to serve. But we've been getting a lot of people who will hear about us and come to us and offer their services. But also, we have returned students who've graduated from the program who have asked to also give back to our community and work with students. But also, Keisha, you're going through. Keisha also has her very special way of finding mentors as well.
Yeah, we have a host of employer partners and supporters from various media organizations that work with us, and so they often will volunteer their time to work with our young people as well.
Yeah, and that includes, we have Viacom Day where Viacom will come in and they'll meet with the students. They'll tell them how they got started in the industry, but also after they meet the students and see the organization, we often have them call and say, how can we help individually as producers in order to help your kids make these films?
Keisha, you went through the program yourself. Could you talk about your personal experiences?
Yes. So I found RealWorks as a high school student a while ago, and I had the opportunity to, they were not in this beautiful space that you're seeing here with this beautiful logo. We were on the top of the YMCA in Park Slope, Brooklyn. And John and Stephanie were teaching both of the classes, or the only class. There was one class and there was a handful of students. And for me, it was just a unique opportunity to connect with peers that I would have not otherwise been in the same space with, to tell very personal stories about our lives and to really just go through a process of working with mentors, learning how to film, learning how to edit, and then having this wonderful culminating event where our pieces got to be shared in front of a live audience. It was really something that like directly impacted my decision to study broadcast journalism and to pursue a career in documentary television, which I did prior to coming back here as a full-time employee.
Wow, that sounds excellent. So I'm under the assumption, just like Keisha, a lot of people get placement into the industry, whether it's working for studios or directing and producing for the past 20 years then?
Yes. Not all our students want to pursue. I think I'll tell you why the documentary class is great. A lot of kids come in and they're like, oh, filmmaking is sexy. And then they realize, wow, filmmaking is really difficult. And I would say about 70% of our kids do decide that this is a good way for them to pursue their careers. But I think for other kids, they also realize the community is there to support them in wherever they go and whatever they do. We have kids return to us all the time. 5, 10 years after they've left, they'll come in. Sometimes they'll ask, Keisha, do you have anything that I can explore as far as an internship is concerned?
Yeah, I think the fact that RealWorks has been around for 20 years, it means that we have alumni who are now in seasoned roles at various media companies. We have alumni who decide they want to be at a media company, but they might want to do law or accounting, and that's fine too. But they all just sort of start off with this love for the industry that they get from being here at RealWorks.
Excellent. Could you tell us some of the programs that you actually have at RealWorks? I believe it's RealWorks Productions and Media Makers.
Yes, so I'll talk about productions and we'll have Keisha jump in with Media Makers because that's her baby. The production company we started because we realized it would be great to be able to bring young people into an actual business making company, right? So I work with my team of producers, and sometimes we bring in outside producers and stuff, but what really happens is young people are allowed to enter the production company and work with us side by side. One thing that we found is very effective is it's great to have a mentor. It's better to look at things through the lens of the old studio system. I want to be a cameraman. Okay, so you're going to work with the cameraman and he's going to show you, the cinematographer is going to sort of take you through these steps to show you how this works. I want to be a producer. Well, then, you can work with us to understand what producing really means. And so that means serving the client, being on set, and modeling what they're seeing through the people on set, if that makes sense. Yeah. And so it's a small business that actually feeds the nonprofit as well. This year, we're working on several very huge projects, one of which is Juneteenth, which will be a national program, and our kids are working on that. And then we have smaller projects that can come from anywhere from, one of our first big clients was Hasbro Toys. They heard about us and they started giving us work, and our kids were able to work on that. So we work with some pretty profound companies, but the exciting thing is we're doing a documentary this year, a feature documentary on the Gibney Dance Company. And it started off as, we'll cover the company and the wonderful work they do. Their dancers don't only dance, they also serve in social justice arenas, which they believe in, right? So they have to give back, and then they heard about us and they wanted us to produce this documentary. So it's a feature doc. But what happened is COVID hit, right? 2 weeks after we started filming. And we pivoted really quickly to make it about art communities in this pandemic and how they survive or don't.
Well, and Media Makers?
Yeah, and Media Makers is a partnership between RealWorks, the Mayor's Office of Media and Entertainment, and CUNY, the City Universities of New York. In addition to some labor unions and employer partners. The goal is really to provide opportunities and access to the media and entertainment industries to individuals from diverse communities and underrepresented communities. And so we have two really core programs. We have a career exploration program, which is our internship program. We do 175 internships a year, or I should say we have 175 participants in the program. That work with us, and we have over 75 host sites, and all of our internships are paid. We believe in sequential internships, so multiple opportunities. These individuals are with us for 2 to 3 years. We provide work readiness training to make sure that they have all the professional skills they need to succeed in these different spaces. And then we have a job training component of our program where we do job trainings with IATSE for grip and electricians. On-set positions. We have one with Warner Media for post-production coordinators. So different employers will essentially work with us to create very specific job training programs. These are for early career professionals who know what they want to do, but don't have the access or the opportunity to get into that particular field. And so we do that, and the placement and the outcomes have been phenomenal. Just really seeing people come out of these training programs, get hired, and then stay hired.
These sounds like very, very good opportunities for these young folks. Well, let me wrap it up with you have a gala that's actually coming up really, really soon. Could you talk about this virtual event and how people could participate in that?
Yes, absolutely. So the RealWorks Gala is Wednesday. It's Wednesday, May 26th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And it is, we're really excited. It's going to be hosted by Brian Terrell Clark, who is a Broadway actor. Our honoree is Issa Rae, who is an actress and, producer, director. We are going to have, we are excited to have the authors of the Inclusion Writers Project going to be there. And in addition, we're going to have Eddie Huang, who's a director and writer, is also going to be there. So if anyone wants to find out more about the gala, they can go to realworks.org, and that's REEL works.org, and they can link right to the gala, find out how they can be a part of this really awesome virtual event next week.
That is awesome. And just to elaborate, for those people who are interested in applying for RealWorks or to mentor, also visit this website.
Also
Absolutely.
visit the website. Yeah, there's plenty of information, ways to reach us, and we'd be happy to have conversations with you.
Also, schools, any schools in the greater New York area and beyond, because we're working in schools across the country as well. Because of the pandemic, we had the opportunity to do that because it's through remote learning. Reach out to us. We do in schools training with younger students, middle school and sometimes high school, but we try to keep it to the middle school kids. And then you should check us out because we do very exciting work.
We certainly will, and your organization is doing good and great things. Well, thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Keisha, for speaking to us about RealWorks, and I can't wait to hear more achievements in the future.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Take care.